Hey there. So I know that a lot of people are interested in, trying to create a connection or an emotional bond through something like, text message or something like that, especially these days. And I also want to let you know that you can do this, but it does carry some risks with it. So with that being said, I want to talk to you about that in this particular video. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. I'm out here today enjoying some good weather. We finally got some good weather out here, and today we're going to be talking about this whole idea of texting, the phone connections, all that sort of stuff. I don't think it's a big stretch for me to say that in-person connection and communication is far superior to, texting or emails or things like that. I don't think we all just want a pen pal. We want to actually have a relationship with someone that we can, share our lives with and all that. If you're to take that one step farther and elaborate this a little bit more, you can say that there are, different hierarchies of communication. Like obviously, meeting up in person, face to face, is the optimal way to do things. Like going out on a date, getting together for coffee or a meal, or going to some sort of event together or something like that. That would be the ideal way to go about doing it. But that may not always be possible because of, maybe there's a long distance in the situation, or, over the past 2 years or so, there have been certain global events that have been unfolding that have kept many of us apart from one another. That's the ideal. That's what you should strive for. And there's maybe a step down from that, which might be like a video call, like Zoom or Skype or FaceTime or something. There's maybe a step down from that, which might be like talking on the phone where you can hear the person's voice, but maybe you can't see them. Step down from that would be maybe something like a pre-recorded video message where you can't talk to them in real life, but maybe you're able to still interact with them, see their face and hear the tone of their voice, all the way down to emails and text messages and everything like that. And I know that text messages are more convenient. It's not as big of a deal to send someone a text message as it is to, call them up on the phone. I'm old enough to remember what it was like to get a woman's phone number and then to have to, work up the nerve to call her, to ask her out on a date and, plan the date and everything like that. And that was a lot more intense than to just send someone a message like, hey, how you doing, right? And so I get it that it's easier to do that, but it's not always better to do that. You're going to have to reach outside of your comfort zone, most likely, if you want to have extraordinary results with your life, with your love life, with your relationships, with your ex, with all that sort of stuff, right? If you just want to text them, again, it is possible to create an emotional connection with them, but it's less likely than if you were to actually have a more in-person interaction, like calling them on the phone or meeting up with them in person or having a FaceTime call with them or something like that. But so many people are going for the easy option these days because it seems less risky. It's less risky to just send someone a quick text message than it is to call them on the phone. I get it, but you're not going to be able to have that higher quality of connection. And because of that, you're going to struggle more. You're going to struggle more to actually connect with them and to actually get them interested in connecting with you and opening up to you and, eventually wanting to spend time with you or go out on a date with you or commit to you or to marry you or to spend their life with you or to live decades of your life together and have kids and have this whole unfolding, messy, sloppy parade of life be a shared journey that the two of you have together. How's that for taking the big picture? So many people, because of our smartphones, maybe this is a bit of a rant here, but it's because of our smartphones and social media and how we have it basically at our fingertips whenever we want to, are conditioned to turn away from the minor discomforts of the world. Whatever, 10, 15 years ago, whenever you felt maybe bored waiting for a bus, or didn't have anything to do while you're waiting around in a waiting room at a doctor's office or a dentist's office or some other place. You'd have to just sit there and face that minor inconvenience of boredom. But now you don't have to face that minor inconvenience of boredom, because you can just jump on social media and see what people are doing. You can just see what's on the internet nowadays, or check the news, or whatever it is, right? And that teaches you to turn away from the present moment in minor moments of inconvenience. What do you think is going to happen when you're confronted with the possibility of a major moment of discomfort? Whether that's calling someone on the phone and asking them out, whether that's sharing your deepest feelings, whether that's being vulnerable, whether that is being real with someone rather than just telling them, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Of course, you're going to back away from those things as well too. And because you do that, number one, you're not going to take the bold moves that you might need to take, like actually calling someone, actually connecting with someone. But number two, you're also going to stay in your comfort zone a lot more as well too. You're not going to be making yourself available and vulnerable for that kind of emotional connection. It's going to feel risky to open up and tell someone something like, yeah, I've been kind of scared to tell you this, but the truth of the matter is, back when this was all going down, I actually had a lot of regret, and this is why. That's not the kind of easy conversation of like, hey, did you see the new episode of, whatever the flavor of the week thing is today, right? Like, you're going to have to stick your neck out here. And again, don't get me wrong, they might text with you anyway. They might respond to you, and, you might trade some updates or some surface level this or that over a few messages. That's fine, I could understand that. But if it's not having that substance, they might end up potentially just using you for validation in some sort of way. I mean, I don't know what's going on with you or them or what happened or anything like that. But if they've broken up with you and they're, maybe trying to date someone else, they're interested in someone else, they might be able to use your interest in them as a sort of bolster. They might be able to use it as sort of a safety net, knowing that like, hey, I'm really interested in this other third person over here. But hey, if that doesn't work out, if they don't text me back, if they say no to me or something like that, I always have, old reliable over here who's gonna, talk with me, and it's gonna allow me to feel like I'm desirable. It's gonna allow me to feel like I'm not fully having to face the discomfort of rejection from someone else. And so like that could happen, and they might be able to, keep that going for a bit. I mean, I'm not saying that they're necessarily intentionally doing this. I hope they're not. I mean, they could be, but most of the time they're probably not. I mean, you never know these days with narcissists and all that. Most people are pretty genuine, and so they're probably not intentionally doing this, but they might be sort of unintentionally getting this sort of payoff from doing that. And you might be getting some sort of payoff as well too, because you're technically in communication with them. You're technically texting them, and they're texting back. Sure, it's not necessarily going anywhere, but hey, at least you're still in contact, and that's better than not being in contact, right? Or so you tell yourself. And this is also going to keep you in a sort of validation-seeking loop as well too, because now it's like, okay, if I text them, are they going to text me back? Oh, they did. That means that they care. That means that I can feel good about myself. That means that everything is still okay, even though they only texted back with like an emoji or a little one-sentence reply or something like that, right? So you have to be careful about all these sorts of things. But the big thing here is that if you're just texting back and forth like this, it's probably going to go stale after a while, because most text message conversations generally do go stale. It's pretty uncommon for people to just be texting each other back and forth, opening up their hearts to one another, and having it go on like all day long, where throughout the day, every time you pick up your phone, there's another response, and then you send a response to that, and then they're getting back to you. Like that's actually very rare. Usually it's going to stale out. If you are trying to keep it going, if you are trying to advance that beyond its shelf life, that is only going to cause you to come across as over-invested in the situation. They might lose steam because, maybe the conversation just ran out of gas, or maybe they have to go do something or whatever. And if you continue to push it, then that's just going to make it seem like you're very over-invested and they're under-invested. So there are a lot of reasons not to just text all the time. I would strongly encourage you to try and move up that hierarchy of communication to get towards like a phone call, in-person meetup or something like that, so that you actually can create a deeper emotional bond than, I'll be honest, most people can create over text messages. That is going to be a little bit uncomfortable for you. That's probably going to push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and that's okay. That just means you're facing the intensity of the emotion at hand rather than going for comfort instead. Just like in the old days, back when I was single, texting was still there, but it wasn't really as much of a thing as it was now. But I'd have to, like, if I wanted to go out on a date with someone, or if I wanted to get back in touch with my ex, or if I wanted to, ask her out to do something, I would need to step into that discomfort, say, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call. What am I going to say? What am I going to ask her to do? Okay, what if she says no? What if she's not there? What if I have to leave a voice message? All that sort of stuff, right? And then I had to do it. And yeah, it takes more intensity than just sending a quick text message. But you also get better results. It's been a long video here. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. And also be sure to check out this video series over here on what we call advanced relational skills. It'll help you to really connect more on that emotional level. Sometimes through text, but also even better in person. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.